Good afternoon, Super Metroid fans. We have yet another hopefully exciting match in the Super Metroid Randomizer multi-category tournament of 2022. We have two phenomenal runners here. We have Sapphron versus AceZer0. My name is Kev Nastix, and I'm honored to have Metroid MST with me here today. MST, how are you doing, and how excited are you for this race?
I am doing fine, and I am very excited for this race. This should be one of the more interesting. I know earlier we had a very interesting and close race, but I think these two runners should give us a good match.
Yeah, I've actually had the pleasure of doing comms for some of the trolliest seeds we've had in the tournament so far, or at least some of the craziest routing that we've seen. And I'm kind of hoping that that's what I can bring here. Nothing for the runners, I'm sure they want to have something kind of straightforward, but man, I'm looking for a beautiful disaster. I don't know about you, but like from a spectator standpoint, seeing some very convoluted logic is always the most exciting. And like you were mentioned, the race we saw earlier today was kind of an incredible race. It was between McTimothy and Travictox. If you haven't seen it already, make sure you check that out. That was a really fun race, and even halfway through, it was almost impossible to call who was winning. So I hope we have something exciting here. And as a 3-2 matchup, or I'm sorry, 4-1 matchup, who do you think is the favorite here? Both are tremendous and very experienced randomizer runners. Who would you give the edge to today?
As far as general randomizer knowledge, Ace, I believe, takes that, but I think Saffron's actually a better execution player overall, and he's not bad at rando either. He just doesn't have as much experience as Ace.
If I remember correctly, I know AceZer0 has a lot of SMZ3 experience and just plain vanilla Super Metroid, but Sapphron is mostly a Super Metroid ROM hack runner, but has incredibly precise and slick movement. And AceZer0 is definitely no slouch themselves. And by the way, beautiful Kaizo ship and Kaizo palette swap there from Sapphron. Former world record holder for Kaizo, I believe.
I believe he has it still.
Still? Okay. I wasn't sure if Oats and Goats took that back. But anyways, we should see some very exciting gameplay from our runners. And MST, did you want to talk about the logic briefly so everybody, joining us can understand what's going on?
Yeah, so we've got a mix of Chozo Logic, Light Area, and Boss Rando. The most important part, and the only good part of Chozo Logic, in my opinion, is that you get Morph Ball here and aren't forced to pick up a Reserve Tank. You're always going to get Morphins. But basically, what Chozo is, you will have, if you visit every Chozo statue and the 4 boss items, reward items, you will have enough to beat the game just from those locations. So basically, your majors, some ammo, as you see super missiles here, they will all be in those locations. So as long as you visit those, you will be able to beat the game. This will include forms of energy. I believe there's 4 tanks that can show up in a mix between energy and reserves. So energy tanks and reserve tanks will be mixed in with your normal minor pool and your major pool. Anything that's not a Chozo location. So if the runners are... I actually did a practice race with Saffron. We both had this issue where we're thinking major minor. So something like Big Pink comes up and it's a major, so we check it and it's like, oh, it's not a Chozo location. It's pretty irrelevant. So
actually,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
One of my favorite parts about Chozo Randomizer is you don't have to check Eddy Coons, you don't have to check Waterway, you don't have to check Wave Gate. You might find some minor ammo, you might get an E-Tank, you might get a reserve. But when you mention that everything you need to beat the game is on the Chozo statue, I mean, you could have, you could not find any beams and have to do like a pea shooter fight, I mean,
yes.
So you're going to see the runners are going to, check what they can, but those major items are going to be found on Chozo statues. And I always think of E-Tanks as like minor items when you play Chozo.
Yeah, so they're going to be skipping a lot of their locations because, like you said, Edicoons, there's 3 locations down there, but there's no major item. So that's not the time it takes to do that. It's not worth those 3 items, and it's not even really worth going down for the two quicker items. So they're going to be cutting a lot of miners out, and they're going to hope to still find, like, say they charge beam is late or something, or it turns out it's in a really bad location for them. They're still going to hope to find the ammo they need on the way. But Chozo can make that a little bit more difficult. If we do get vanilla bombs, we will have a bomb tree to fight from our runners here.
Now, bombs are really great. Bombs give you access to the gauntlet area. They prevent potential soft locks, because if you only have power bombs and you only have 5, sometimes you have to worry about ammo farming. Beautiful BT fight from Sapphron right there. Optimal 2 missile and a super fight. So bombs is a good early item. It's also something you could have as well, I was going to say, like, you could Crystal Flash easier with Batoon, but with Suitless Meridia not being in logic for Chozo seeds, due to the locations of the Meridia Chozos, that's not something we're likely to have to worry about, although it is something that has come up a couple times. But Zero E-Tank Bomb Gauntlet is absolutely horrible, but it is a Chozo statue, and early on it's very worth going to. Like, we're going to see this 230 missiles check as well, so our runners get an early look with these items, and what an absolutely terrible reward for the first. That just feels bad, man. I hate it when I get like missiles. I think they would much prefer to have gotten like their logical power bomb pack right there.
Yeah, that is one of the things with Chozo. There's 2 super packs and 2 missile packs. So
do you want to talk about
get missile packs on these?
Exactly, and you want to talk about what the logic does as far as, like, hell runs. You're looking at what the logical tank, what you get from Chozos, the logical E-tanks, like, the 2 or 3 for hell runs to be required. We also haven't touched on the area yet part of it, and the boss rando and the effects it has, if you want to go into that.
Yeah, so Chozo in general makes for some very linear and straightforward seeds. In general, it's a lot more execution heavy, or favors runners that are better at execution. But we have a light area rando, which means your air transitions, you see Ace going through one that normally goes to G4, and it's going to wreck ship there. So light area, it's not a full area. So light area just means that each transition door you go to will randomly go to a different area, but because it's light area, like criteria will have all the same connections still. So it has the one connection to the wreck ship. It's got 2 connections to Green Brinstar. It's got a connection to Brinstar. I'm missing one more. The G4 connection. So G4 will be off of criteria somewhere. The wreck ship is off criteria somewhere. Those will all stay the same, but they may not necessarily connect up to the same, I guess, portals you would be used to.
Yeah, it really actually makes things a whole lot easier to kind of route compared to full area. And there we have our first logical power bomb. And high jump boot's a really, really good find from Sapphron. So I'm going to say that's a significant movement edge right there for Sapphron. Might even open up like an easier lava dive going into lower Norfair. But some of the implications about light area is you can better deduce where certain areas are based on what you've already seen, whereas in full randa or full area, it's significantly harder to figure out where things are.
Correct. Yeah. So, like for instance, in criteria, G4. You're at the end of the game. You're going to head back to criteria. You may not know which door G4 is in, but you may have seen the other 4 doors in criteria, so you'll know G4 is at the bottom of criteria, for instance.
Same thing.
Make deductions like that.
Exactly. And Upper Norfair is only going to lead to Crackemire, Crade, or Lower Norfair. So these are the things our runners are going to keep in mind. But the other spin we have is Boss Rando. And Boss Rando does some really weird, wild things to the logic. Like, you can't even check anything in Wreck Ship outside of Spooky Missiles, which is not a Chozo, until you've killed Fantoon. Now, if you have Fantoon all the way in Lower Norfair and something you need is in Wreck Ship, or will be in Wreck Ship, that's going to create like some really serious backtracking. And, so Boss Rando throws a whole nother wrench in the game, which I think creates some very exciting routing possibilities.
Yep.
I think it actually makes light area more fun when you turn Boss Rando on.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Do you have a favorite logic so far, MST, in the tournament?
Not Chozo.
The
practices I've done for my own race this week. I've been, as far as Chozo goes, they've been by far the best ones. Like, they've been interesting with the mix of light and boss added into the mix.
I'm going to say my least favorite was last week when I took on Sapphron with our settings last week, and Sapphron just gave me the business and beat me by a significant margin. But for this week I've done more practice for this week than any other week so far. My next opponent is Glove, and I cannot beat them based on execution alone. So I am really trying hard to get a good handle on this logic. And this is probably my first or second favorite logic so far. I actually happen to be a big fan of Chozo, so I think it's kind of cool that you and I are doing comms together.
We're on opposite ends here.
We're on opposite ends of the Chozo spectrum, but that's cool. I don't know. I just kind of like it. I think some of the routing gets a little nuts. And you know what the funny thing is? I love suitless Meridia. There's no suitless Meridia that you're generally going to see, which is kind of funny. But I don't know. These settings I've had a lot of fun with these settings this week, so I've been pretty happy with it.
Yeah. If you see our runners do suitless Meridias, something has gone wrong somewhere.
Oh yeah, and I'm actually curious to see if AceZer0 is going to get punished by not doing the gauntlet check and not finding those high jump boots. Screw attack is a really great find right there for Sapphron. It's going to make backdoor lower Norfair even easier. I mean, it's going to make lower Norfair in general really easier, but I bet he wishes he had that when he was going through gauntlet.
It would have definitely helped.
Would have made it probably almost like a whole minute faster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Saffron's going to head because he doesn't have his power bombs yet. He can't continue on through Red Bryn. He will get them coming up here at Charge, though, because he went and checked this connector, whereas Ace just went straight across the Green Bryn and got
one thing I find really interesting about these settings particular here is you can see runners play an entire round and not even visit an area. I actually had a seed that I played right before this that I did not do any green or pink Brinstar, and I got like 51 minutes. I completed the seed. Just like the way the routing worked, it was kind of funny like that. But Sapphron right now is in pink Brinstar, and that's where you're going to find most of your minor items in the early game. And I think in Chozo, it's very smart to get a good look at transitions, but you almost want to approach the game logically. Like you want to find green and pink Brinstar, load up on minors, get a couple Chozo checks. Then you're trying to find upper Norfair. After that, you're hoping you get Varia so you can go to lower Norfair, and then you want to go, Meridia and then wreck ship, I think would be the most optimal routing. But sometimes the settings don't allow for that with the items you get.
Yep. Yeah, especially in light area, you really want to make upper Norfair a one-stop trip. You want to be able to complete everything there once you get there, because there's only one way back into Red Brinstar from upper Norfair.
Wait a minute, you're telling me you don't want to go upper Norfair, wreck ship, lower Norfair, Meridia? Come on, I mean, you just
not in light area. In full area maybe, but not in light.
All right, but that's just kind of thing. And so far, we got a really nice loadout. The runners have a significant amount of ammo already early on, which is different than we'll see. We've seen a couple seeds that have been really well raced and really well planned by the runners, but one of the runners found charge, the other one went for ammo, and charge won out. But charge could be at a trolley location, could be at GT. Yeah. We have not seen a lot of screw attack checks in any of our light area. I feel like that's generally not a great play, and Shack Tool as well.
GT can be hard to work in. Like our runners have bombs, so they do have and spring ball, so they do have ways out right now. When runners get down there, they don't always have some very very optimal or even a way to get out. Period. So that's GT. It can be really really weird to work in.
I feel like the only circumstance you really check GT is if you find that entrance before you find backdoor lower Norfair, and you have, like high jump boots, screw attack, gravity suit, Varia suit, You know, you got space jump or something that you can get out of the room really quickly. And then it also depends on, like, you know, how late in the game you are, you know, so definitely not a check you want to do. Same thing with Shack Tool, or really any of the Meridia Chozos, to be honest. Meridia is just terrible in Chozo. So our runners are kind of hoping to be, you know, fully stocked by the time they finish their excursion in Upper Norfair. And Upper Norfair you can only get to from, you know, whatever would normally connect to Upper Norfair. So
yeah, from one of the Red Burn Star connectors.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're talking, so in chat, talking about X-Ray, I think it's very good early on to pick up X-Ray in case you find Charge and Plasma, because that can make a couple of your boss fights and even Batoon, you know, and Crocomire, your mini boss fights a little bit faster. Actually, X-Ray has nothing to do with Croc, but definitely Batoon, Dragon, and Phantoon can make those fights a lot faster. So early on, it's really not a big deal to pick up X-Ray. I generally will. Yeah, Ace almost got creamed by
playing with some danger right there.
I don't know if that would have been one hit KO.
It would have killed him.
120, or do they do 120 or do they do 80?
120.
Oh God! So Ace got really lucky that breaking spin did not end his day.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Dude, being able to spin jump is an actual skill in this game you have to get good at. Like, no joke.
And what Saffron's doing, I'm wondering if he's again mixing up his Chozo logic with Major Minor, because he's going down to Edacoons.
It is possible, but he also might be going for ammo and just deciding to disregard Charge. That sucks that there's a reserve there. But like you were mentioning, there's no guarantee you're going to get Charged. So this is pretty healthy with ammo for an early Chozo seed.
And it does get a super out of it.
Yeah, and AceZer0 is going to get that high jump boost. So our runners are basically doing all the same things, just in a little bit different order. Ace still has to be careful here. Nice break spin right there to not bust those lower blocks. That lava or acid, whatever you want to call it, it drains your health so fast.
Without any suit, you are losing your health. All of it.
So, but Ace is a very, very experienced, shouldn't have any trouble finishing this up.
His equipment is much better suited for it than Saffy's was.
Yeah, the advantage of having that screw attack, and that's probably more logical where the seed wants you to go. And again, let's see here. We have bombs, we have high jump, but I don't think X-ray is in logic yet for an X-ray.
Not yet. They would need
either a suit or like Varia or like 7 tanks.
They would need speed booster or ice and more tanks. I don't know the exact. Forget the exact tank counts for X-ray.
I think it's 6 or 7 without Varia suit. I think Varia suit it's like 1 to 3 tanks. But yeah, Varia.
Oh right,
bombs,
they do have bombs. So
yeah, 6 tanks. Thank you, Tracy.
Okay, yeah.
Two tanks for Varia. So Varia, it's worth noting that Varia does, it helps you out with environmental damage with spikes and such. The suits have been changed in Randomizer compared to Vanilla. Like in Vanilla, Gravity Suit will protect you against heat damage, and it will do some environmental damage protection.
It does everything in Vanilla. The only thing it doesn't do is Mother Brain.
There you go. So in order to balance the suits so Gravity isn't too overpowered, it makes it a little more exciting that there's just more balance with what the suits do, so that you can't just find Gravity Suit and it's GG. You know, you do need the set, or you need to be very well versed in either Suitless Meridia or Suitless Lower Norfair, which, you know, Suitless Lower Norfair is never in logic, but, you know, Suitless Meridia can be depending on what settings we're using, which, you know, aren't these ones. I wonder if Saffron's going to set up for
Saffy's setting up for early X-ray. I know he likes this.
Turn off screw attack. There you go.
And high jump. And he's
Glove is smiling out somewhere.
Yeah, Ace is going straight down to gets Varia suit. So
gosh. Now this could be Gravity, in which case I think that would be best case scenario for Sapphron. But going to get Varia anyway. So if this is gravity, that's huge. Even a movement item would be pretty big movement wise, because I'm not sure. I don't see AceZer0 doing this check after getting Varia. Ooh, there's that nice movement item.
He's getting some decent movement out of this.
Speed jump, screw attack. I'm sorry, space jump, screw attack, and high jump boots is a deadly combination. The only thing that's going to make Sapphron's movement better is if we get speed booster, because he even has spring balls. So we have Ace is going for it too. All right, what a gutsy play. I like this. I can't do it, so I'm props to these runners for doing it. This is one of those strats that I've put off learning until I actually will have to do it one day. But with Varia suit, yes, it's much safer for Ace.
Yes, much safer.
You can even go and take a few hits on the spikes down there and do an IBJ, and if you miss this D boost. But here we go. Come on.
Too early on his last jump there.
Still going to have to be careful, because I don't know about you, but I find IBJs with high jump boots way harder than without. And this is getting us a little sketch.
They are harder to start. I would lay a power bomb in here.
Right. Oh, that
waiver was.
Oh, come on, get over there. Get over there. GG, that was gorgeous. Well done.
I feel you should have been punished a lot harder than you were, Ace.
Right?
That was pretty close. Thankfully, he made it through.
I mean, again, you're seeing very skilled play by very skilled runners, and that space jump is going to make it really easy for, it's now there's no worries. Ace is going to get out of here with absolutely no problem unless he gets grabbed by like 2 or 3 yapping maws. So no worries right there, but very lean on energy for this seed so far. And
that's why they got the Various suit.
Yeah, so Various suit is really nice. Let's see, Saffron's probably going to be the first one to find an upper Norfair transition. And then it's going to be...
He did find it, but he didn't follow it. He's checking the rest of the connections first. I think I would just follow the Norfair one.
Yeah, usually if I'm well equipped like that, I have Varia space jump and all this other stuff. Got high jump boots. You can do lava dive if you have to.
The only other connections were to Meridia, and I don't think he needed to scout them.
No, I don't think so either. So me personally, right now, I'm going with what... Oh, yeah, he did find this. Okay, I remember now. I am going to find... So if I find Proc right now, even though it's out of logic, I'm probably doing it. If I find the front of lower Norfair, actually, you know what? Can Sappy do with 1 tank and a reserve? Can you do lava dive?
Yeah,
I know you can do it with 1 tank. You got to do a quick entry, or like you're coming out of there with like 3 energy. I can 2 tank a lava dive, no problem. But I would be very I know MM2 does a very nice GT Classic run with 1 E tank. So I don't know why I didn't think about that, but yeah.
There's one of the free E tanks sitting around in Bubble Mountain. They'll take that.
Yeah, but if I find the front of lower Norfair first, I'm probably going to go after it and check that GT item. If I don't, actually, you know what? Right now, without gravity suit, I don't know that I would orphan that item. I think I would almost be looking for that location if I don't get up what I want here.
Potentially. And that's something that the runners will have to decide what they want to do. With this energy, they're not going to do reverse amphitheater. So if they find the back, they can get to the boss. They can beat the boss. They have spring ball, so if they can double spring ball jump, they can get out of any boss. But then
they can beat everybody, right?
They can. It depends. Dragon is the problem one right now.
Yeah, they couldn't get out.
I know Sapphron can get out. I know he did the double spring ball jump in our practice race.
Oh yeah, that's right. There've been a couple. So okay, it's just
I don't know if Ace does the double spring ball jump. That's my only question, and that might be something. Maybe
it can totally happen. Papa Schmo learned it on the fly in his race, so that does happen sometimes. Sometimes just kind of understanding the tech You might not have ever done it before, but we've seen runners pull it off just in circumstances where they have to. This is a good minor check right here, which kind of confirms to me that Sapphron is looking for ammo. Is my guess. Otherwise, I don't see why you would do these checks. So I think we're not going to have a charge.
He's so close. He's 3 supers from ammo go.
Unfortunately, just getting missiles. But you know what? That ammo could be pretty good. And AceZer0 is not that far off. I think now's a really good time for the runners, though, to absolutely decide what they're going to do. They both have the, quote unquote ideal Ridley ammo, for supers. So that's really good. But probably good right now to decide if you're going for charge or not.
Yeah, the only potential issue I can see with Ace doing lower Norfair is the potential for Dragon. Yeah, he's leaving just in case, because he probably doesn't do that double springboard jump. And if you're not super comfortable with a trick, pulling out in a race is not exactly the most viable option to start learning.
It would be really cool if AceZer0, either decides to do Crocomire or decides to do front of lower Norfair and then finds something interesting like Grapple Beam.
Yeah, if he had Grapple, he would be going through lower Norfair to take out the boss.
Or Gravity Suit. I almost kind of want AceZer0 to find Gravity Suit right now, and then Sapphron to kind of have to struggle a little bit. Only nothing against the runners, but I think it would make for a very exciting race. So if I'm AceZer0, I'm checking these locations, then I'm hoping I find like the front of Norfair check. But I would say Sapphron is ahead right now, unless Ace finds, like front of Norfair does GT and finds something very valuable there.
AceZer is not exactly. And Chozo, generally, it's not a great find.
No, not at all. But you know what? If let's say that Ace
Plasma's behind
Quick Beam
Shackle,
charge, yeah. But I think you're going to pick up SpeedRun anyways, because
if you don't have anything else, you pick it up.
Yeah. I'm actually a big fan of SpeedRun in most categories, but it's not a beam I'm hoping to find when I play rando.
SpeedRun is a great beam to get very early in a rando.
Yeah, early on for sure.
But by the time you're in this particular logic setting, if you're in Norfair and you get SpeedRun, I totally disagree with it. I would still pick it up in their case, but I would not want to skip.
Let's just say that should our runners find Charge Beam and these are the only beams they have, I would much rather have Ice and SpeedRun than just Ice.
Yes. Yep. There's sure. Charge Beam. So Charge is at Ice. We got Phantom and lower Norfair.
You know what? Saffron's probably smart to go with ammo because I don't see Sapphron. If let's say Sapphron finds Gravity Suit, I don't see them doing the Ice check. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Kind of a slow check.
The only thing Sapphron will be looking for at that point is some more energy.
Yeah. We don't have the Suitless Meridia loadout yet. And again, Suitless not being in Logic and Chozo, I don't see that happening, but, I don't know. I'm just speculating now. It helps me think when I talk out loud. If you're MM2, you can just skip it all together and just beast mode Suitless Meridia.
I mean, if he had Spring Ball, he could.
Sapphron has Spring Ball. But AceZer0 is doing the croc fight. And without gravity right now, I would probably do the croc fight. You're here already. There's no reason not to.
They got charged beforehand too, so this is actually logical.
That's true. That is true. So I think it's Charge Beam or like some ridiculous amount, like 6,000 damage potential is what puts Croc in Logic. Nice little E-Tank there. So AceZer0 is, not going to be in very many low ammo situations. I kind of want Gravity to be at GT, not going to lie. And that gives AceZer0 an actual huge advantage because would have a much easier lava dive.
Yep.
And Sapphron does not have enough energy to go.
Yeah,
reverse.
he's not even close to reverse amphitheater.
So do you think if AceZer0 finds GT before they find Kraid's lair, do you think they go Lava Dive and GGG, or do you think they go and switch to Kraid's lair?
I personally would probably look for Kraid's lair first.
But
and
what
if I don't get what
like
I want
if you found
from
GT first.
I would still look for Kraid first. I guess it depends on where the front entrance of LN is. Like if they were both at the top of the upper Norfair elevator, I would definitely just go straight across and go to the other door. Because the boss is required and gravity could be behind there. So I'd rather do that versus a potentially unrequired GT check.
So Ace is probably just looking for a super missile there, or probably power bombs. I want to have minimum 15 power bomb. Well, nice plasma. Oh, that's a hell of a beam.
See,
wow.
That Spazer.
There you go.
Wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it.
I think AceZer0 has a huge advantage right now, not just in firepower. I'm almost certain that Sapphron is going to be going for ammo. We do have the microwave potential that we were talking about earlier, so Ace is going to have faster boss fights, but really, until somebody finds Gravity Suit, this is still anybody's race.
Sapphron is going to be picking up that charge beam, because he's still looking for gravity.
Yeah. So we'll find ice.
Yeah. Although he's doing some extra minor checks, I don't think he should worry too much about. Although the energy tank will be nice for him because now he does have enough health to beat the game.
Yeah. Again, I feel like Saffron's going for ammo. I really do.
Yeah. And the charge beam, and then if... Actually, the ammo may be a decent impetus to skip plasma, although he has no idea where it is. So if he's doing Croc, he's getting plasma either way.
Oh, you know what? I said something stupid earlier because they both have ice beams, so you don't really... and they have bombs, so I don't really know why Ace is picking up this. Maybe in case he has to Crystal Flash Escape Dragon. Looking for extra power bombs. Otherwise, I don't know why you would pick up that power bomb pack with ice and bombs.
10 is a lot more convenient to have than 5. Much less time needing to refill.
Well, that's true, because you don't have to worry about farming if you find yourself like in a bad transition or something. So I guess
because he hasn't done lower Norfair. He does have Spring Ball and bombs, but still... with 10, you
and screw
don't really need to farm.
So who do you think's here? What would be most exciting here? I think Dragon would be most exciting here, although that would be the most...
Dragon would be bad for Ace.
Oh, really bad.
I'd rather see Ridley or...
It is Dragon. Nope, Kraid.
Nope, it is Kraid. The vanilla Kraid.
So that's good. That's actually really good for Ace. Come on, Sapphron. You want that. You want that. Lava Dive. You want it. No. I would do that check right now.
He's not going to do that because he's got 2 other statues up here at High Jump and Ice Beam that are right here.
I feel like he's... Oh, High Jump and Ice Beam. Okay, so you're right. Good point. Check these first.
Yeah,
I would go right back. I forgot he hasn't checked these yet. Full beam combo for AceZer0.
And no gravity suit still, so gravity must be back at Wreck Ship.
Oh my gosh, I want gravity at Wreck Ship. That would be so awesome. Not if I was playing. I'd be pissed, but still.
Yeah, I would want grapple at this point, just to do suitless.
Oh yeah.
If gravity is at the gravity Chozo, the Chozo missile and Wreck Ship, then doing suitless would definitely save you some time.
Well, right now, so Sapphron is definitely could do any scenario suitless. If I'm AceZer0, if he's, like you said, not comfortable with the double spring ball jump, and it's probably why he didn't go down to lower Norfair initially. I think he'd want one more power bomb pack and just kind of set it up for set it up like you would an RBO dragon fight, or a North Korea dragon fight.
Yep.
And here's the charge beam find for Sapphron. Going to be really happy with that, and probably feels bad a little bit about all the ammo hunting. And
Some of the extra miners you're going to feel bad about, but right now he probably doesn't feel too bad because his beam Ice Phaser is definitely better than what it was, but it's still much weaker than having plasma. So having that extra ammo will still speed up. As of right now, it will still speed up Mother Brain. But if and when he gets plasma, then that's when all the extra miner techs are going to be like, well, just wasted that.
But even if Sapphron does not pick up the plasma beam, and we don't see that happen, still going to have should have a healthy margin of super missiles. And we are going to get the G for the end game, but we are going to get the GT check from AceZer0, a very experienced GT classic runner, should have no trouble with this lava dive, has tons of energy. And we are getting that croc fight from Sapphron, so we'll get that plasma beam.
He's gonna end up getting his gravity, his plasma beam back here. So Ace is gonna tell us right now whether gravity is in wreck ship. So it's either here or up there. I believe we've seen every other Chozo check where it could be.
Yeah, I'm. If it's not here at GT, it's in wreck ship for sure.
Yep.
Nice green gate glitch, second try for AceZer0, and getting X-rayed, trying to go with that speed booster. That's always kind of funny. X-ray will stop you in your tracks quicker than a shoulder button.
And it's just grapple. Now that does bring up an interesting.
Suitless kit. We got the suitless kit, the full kit.
Yeah, you've got the most convenient suitless will ever be.
That kind of sucks for AceZer0. It would almost be better, because he could already be on his way to wreck ship right here.
The good thing for him, though, is since he doesn't know that Phantoon's back here, that definitely gives him a way out of Dragon.
Yep.
So now he doesn't have to worry about which boss shows up here.
And he could microwave Dragon, and then just do the grapple swing out of Dragon's lair.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the power bomb Pixel Flash yet, so that grapple is a it's a very nice thing for him to have.
Yeah, very, very mighty. And AceZer0 is one of the best RBO runners in the world, so I think he's got a top 20 time, maybe top 25, but very, very experienced in suitless grapple escape. Nice jump from Sapphron there. I like that. Wow, that was beautiful. Excellent movement through that room. Gorgeous. I'd say Saffron's movement is a little bit stronger than Ace's, but I like Ace's routing. I don't know. It's going to be tough because Ace still has to do this Phantoon fight.
They're still really on top of each other right now.
Yeah.
I think Ace has been just a little bit better because he's checked a few less miners. He's wasted a little less time with that.
Has some knowledge that Sapphron does not have. But, is Sapphron going to do GT? I think he does.
In his case, I imagine he does after he finds out gravity's not here. Now, he may set up a save with that. I'm not sure if he's going to keep grapple. He probably will, but...
The raw Kago, Simo, are you talking about Kagoing through the Kazans without taking damage from a spike first? Because I just do it that way because, well, I'm a moron.
It's definitely hurt a little more to do it that way.
Oh, poor Sapphron getting the little Kraid stand-up comedy over here.
Sapphron will get his full beam here. Also, shoutouts to our tracker, AceZer0. It's lighting up all the icons below so we know what we're talking about.
Not only that, but AceZer0 has been on it, like you know, the runners are looking at the item and he's already on top of that. So thank you, Jestro, for that hard work. I've never tracked, but I would imagine that I would drift and lose concentration. So it's a big part of the show. So thank you for doing that.
The thing about tracking is you can't say anything stupid.
That should actually be perfect for me then, you know, then I wouldn't have to worry about saying anything stupid. You know. Look at how many items we have. We literally everything except for gravity suit as far as major items.
Yep, it's just gravity hanging out in a wreck ship somewhere, and there's 3 spots it could be, and honestly, I don't know that our... I'm not sure. I'm curious at what our runners are gonna do here. Like Ace is a little bit ahead right now because Sapphron's gonna have to go back into GT just to see what the item is, and he'll probably keep it. But like, does Ace go to wreck ship here, or does he just decide to do suitless? Because if there's 2 quick checks in wreck ship, but it's a backtrack there, and then you have to come back to get to Meridia.
I think whatever transition I got to first is where I would go. Like, I think if I found an East Meridia transition, I would just roll full suitless and I wouldn't bother looking for wreck ship. I would kind of assume it had to go through, like, Forgotten Highway.
Yeah. Actually, is Sapphron just leaving? I think Saffron's just leaving.
This is a good gamble. I mean, because we know that the gamble will pay off.
It will pay off, but yeah, it's
a ballsy play.
This is a gamble from Sapphron because that could be gravity there.
We've seen a lot of gambles win races.
Okay, so I take it back. Sapphron is currently a little bit ahead. I thought he was going to go check GT.
I think you're nuts not checking GT in these circumstances, but you know we have knowledge that Sapphron doesn't have. So
as far as check volume goes, wreck ship it has 3 versus the 1, so it's a 75% chance that gravity is in wreck ship versus at GT. But so the routing is uglier going this way.
Yeah, much more. Yeah, I don't gamble. I'm just not a gambler. So. Since I don't gamble in my personal life, it never occurs to me to gamble in my gaming life. So who knows? But for Sapphron, this is a gamble that is likely to pay off, or at least bring the race a little bit closer together.
Yeah, and I think Ace is going to go suitless here. No? Okay, never mind. I guess he just didn't know what that connection was.
Was that West Meridia? I looked away for a minute.
Yeah. Redbird Star will only connect up. It has 2 connections to West Meridia.
So I would do this. This is a good check right here, I think, busting the tube. Not only has Ace not seen it, but it's more likely to pay off. And here we go. We have West Meridia.
now he's going to check it, right?
I think I would go and I would look for I would go down past Seppi Fish here and I would go to the bottom West Meridia portal, which is exactly where Ace is going.
Yeah, so he's got two connections here. He's going to look at.
Because you have what, Crab Hole and this front of West
Crab
Meridia.
Hole and the vanilla, the tube entrance, yeah.
Yeah. And one of them is going to be East Meridia. So I think he's committing
and
to full
the other connection after that's going to lead him to wreck ship. His routing is going to be cleaner doing this.
I like this play, but Sapphron is about to get a boss here. We have wreck ship, so I like this route divergence, and we'll see. I'm gonna picture that Sapphron gets their gravity suit.
Yeah, that's why he's here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If it's bowling, that's going to be a good point, Simo. That's going to make things really interesting if it's bowling. And Sapphron is going to have to do a double spring ball jump to get out of here unless he crystal flashes. But damage.
I think he's going to go for a double spring. He's
going for it. Which is kind of smart. Without grapple beam, it's very hard to damage down properly to put yourself in crystal flash range in time and not get killed by dragon. At least in my opinion. I'm not that good at math, though. Really fast kill with that X-ray in full beam.
He's just going to go ahead and do his spring ball jumps now. He does not care what's behind Dragon.
Well, he also knows it can't be, right?
It can't be gravity.
Can't be gravity. So the only other thing it could be would be like a reserve or an E-tank, right?
He's got it here. Yep, he got it.
GG.
Very well done.
Oh, come on, Ace.
So if gravity's at the E-tank here in Wreck Ship, then...
Not checking it, though.
Saffron's gonna...
Okay,
yeah, I think he just realized.
Checking bowling first would be not wise. There are two, right? Because gravity's a Chozo. Wait, is gravity a Chozo?
Nope. It's just the Chozo statue.
It's just the Chozo statue. So this is the much closer check.
Yeah. So this is the one you want it to be at.
Yeah, and this will route right to Criteria, Forgotten Highway.
Route right to East Meridia, actually.
Oh, East Meridia. Okay. Oh, right where Ace is. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, so Ace will be coming up this way.
Ace having trouble.
Oh, and it's bowling.
Nice. All right, so for the sake of our entertainment, that's better. I'm really kind of strange. Ace is having trouble in this room. Like I say, Ace is a very good RBO runner. Might be a little out of practice because his RBO grind was quite a while ago, like several months ago, I think. But getting through here, hopefully doesn't have trouble. Now, I call this MST, I call this the Ace of Base room. See if you can guess why. Anybody that's anybody that's ever turned around in the sand knows that you want to. Don't turn around. Come on, am I the only old person here? Come on, y'all.
I mean, I'm familiar with that. I just. I am very surprised Sapphron is doing this without grapple, because this is just going to spit him out in East Meridia.
Yeah,
we'll see how he handles this. I mean, he can do this, but like it's not impossible.
And we're going to see a very, very clean, well-executed Ridley fight here by AceZer0, and beautiful grab, beautiful quick grab there, extremely well. Sapphron, on the other hand, I don't know why. I think even at like 45 minutes with this loadout, I'd be kind of mad I didn't find gravity, but I don't really feel like I'd be feeling extremely far behind at this point. I don't know. I think I would have gone for gravity.
Well, he knows he orphaned GT.
Yeah.
So it could be there in his mind. He knows he's orphaned bowling. So basically he has GT or bowling where it can show up.
But you can't you can't do reverse cack alley with this loadout. Well, I mean you can, but why would you want to?
Oh,
this is not good.
Find out what exactly.
I think he just
going on in his head.
It out. I don't know. This is not good. It's doable, but I can't do it. And I'm a very good suitless runner. I think it's easier with space jump because you can space jump on top of the water.
Yeah, you can do a water bounce if you can get to that point.
I don't like. I hate to be critical, but I don't like this play. Can you spring ball jump in time? Maybe he's gonna just. I don't like this. and I think this actually puts Ace.
I think
very far ahead.
Yeah,
I think this. Oh God. Especially when you know there's only one Chozo left that can be gravity.
Well, he's got two left.
Oh, does he? Well,
yeah,
because he hasn't done GT. So right now, maybe he's thinking it's at GT and he's screwed himself.
Yeah, because as far as he knows, grapple's also like behind Ridley, for instance, behind the boss here. So he doesn't know grapple's available as well.
True. Ugh, brutal. So where do we go now? Do we find the other Transition? Do we go back for gravity?
Hey,
I think this gives Ace the race. Unless something tragic
has this right now.
That's the key moment. Ace finding that transition, committing to suitless, Sapphron not going for that gravity. I think if Sapphron had gotten the gravity suit, they would have been dead even, or Sapphron would have been ahead.
So Saffron's doing this check because he doesn't know. He's thinking, okay, never mind. I was like, he's probably looking for gravity. He knows gravity can't be there, but grapple could have been, and grapple would get him through for sure.
So right now, I would probably be tilted if I were Sapphron. I mean, I'm used to making plays like that, so I don't know why I say I'd be tilted. Those are the kind of plays I do all the time. But it can be frustrating to be in this situation. The Saffron's also got to be careful in this room. You know, you can get stuck in the sand. Sand is really hard to get out of. I'm not really worried about it. It's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, fun fact that a lot of people don't, maybe not a lot of runners, but in general, viewers may not know, is it's easier to jump up out of the sand when you're underneath a sandfall. So if you
Which seems counterintuitive, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you think the sandfall?
That's what you want to do. Go under a sandfall and jump out.
It's like down backing, you know. It makes no sense. It's counterintuitive until you learn how to do it, and then it makes perfect sense and is completely intuitive. AceZer0 just tearing through here, about to crush this seed.
That snail's going the wrong way, Saffy. That's the one you want.
Ugh, snail climb. I hate snail climb. Although, as you see, and as I've been told, a spring ball makes snail climb free.
Yep. But yeah, with just Dragon here, Ace will be able to get this boss defeated, and he'll be on his way. And I believe our runners have seen every entrance and criteria except for G4, which I think has to be at the moat.
Yeah, that's the only transition we haven't seen yet. And AceZer0 is just going to get there just much quicker, just being closer to criteria than Sapphron. Yeah. Now, if Sapphron had done this first and committed to suitless, the same way AceZer0 committed to suitless, the race probably would have been brought together a little bit closer. But altogether, MST, this has been quite an exciting race. And you know, somebody in chat mentioned, Lackeys mentioned, this is why gambling is a gamble.
Yep.
You know, it did not pay off for, Sapphron. However, skipping GT would have, it's just wild. Like, these races go literally.
If he had shown up in Wreck Ship at one of the first two locations, it would have absolutely paid off for him.
Yeah, it reminds me of my loss against Tillamorph, because I checked a couple locations that had the check paid off, I would have won the race. But because the check didn't pay off, you know, and that's just how Rando goes. Rando's got a Rando. And yes, very nice grapple escape from AceZer0. Like I said, very experienced RBO runner. And, you know, very well versed.
Saffy does here. Gets one more coming. Does he get the one?
Yeah, this room is slow and
a little bit higher. There he goes. Okay, so now he can get through, and he's got space jump, so he can get through Coliseum fine.
Yes, I was irrational.
Or Ace of Base, I guess.
The Ace of Base room. I was irrationally nervous for AceZer0. Did AceZer0 even space jump across the room, or did he forget he had it?
I don't remember.
Was it behind Ridley? Grapple? So if Grapple was behind Ridley, then he definitely space jumped across the room.
No, Grapple was GT.
Grapple was somewhere. Oh, GT, that's right. Yeah, so I actually think AceZer0 grappled. He used space jump. All right. I've seen and played so many randos in the last month. I can't even keep the race I'm watching together, you know. But this has been quite a tourney. You know, good point to follow the runners, follow everybody. Y'all know the drill. If we can get maybe the schedule and some stuff in the chat. That'd be great to help people follow the rest of the tournament. We have one more week of Swiss rounds left in the tournament. Thank you, Hockey. And after that, we will have the top 16 will be in a playoff scenario with best of 3. With everything but the kitchen sink settings, you know.
So yeah, both these runners are 4-1. There's 2 4-1 matches today, and this is one of them. So the loser is not out of running for the playoff. They just have to win the next week to get into the play-in.
Oh, that's right. We have so many 3-2 matches today. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Kathy, what are you doing to do this?
There's no going home after this.
That was, oh my God, that was lit, but such a time waster. Ace, please don't die to Metroids.
He'll be fine. He's got screw attack.
Yeah, that is the one good utility about screw attack is that while you're spin jumping, the Metroids cannot damage you. But it is important to note that damage does stack. So if you get grabbed by more than one Metroid, you're getting double, triple, quadruple the amount of damage that one Metroid does. But he has bombs. Why didn't he shake him off with bombs? Why was he power bomb killing?
Yeah.
Forgot he had to have forgotten he had bombs. I forgot he had bombs.
It's okay. He might have forgot he had bombs. It does happen a lot in these. I could finish the seed and I couldn't tell you what my go boat item was sometimes.
Oh, seriously. Not only that, but like we have everything but gravity suit. That's pretty wild.
Well, we know where it is, but
yeah. Even AceZer0 probably knows where it is. Sapphron doesn't know where it is. Probably, thinks it's either GT or definitely has to be wreck ship. But this is a really cool thing we don't get to see a lot, actually. Sapphron showing how the Meridia transitions work. The sand pits kind of loop together. Good baby skip jump attempt. Come on, Ace. Let's see. This looks looking good. Got a couple good jumps. Easy game. Easy game. Well done.
Should have went for the spring ball skip, but okay. I'll allow this.
Oh, you got that right, Weish. I have definitely forgotten that I've had space jump. I've definitely forgotten about bombs. Ace is cruising, even taking the save. I
don't think this is very safe.
Full beam combo, 20 shots, but he does, I don't know what he has in reserves. I don't see if the reserves are on. He does not have any reserve tanks. So, honestly, triple hit by onion rings, one catch up, no gravity suit could take him out. So maybe it's not a bad play. I don't think I would have done it, but, actually, looking at this right now, it's probably a good thing.
It might have been a really good thing.
Wow. Reserve save lives without having a reserve. This is very precarious for Ace. Can't take a lot of damage here. So this is basically your bare minimum, like any percent, loadout here.
Doesn't have a lot of leeway now.
This sucks. Yeah.
He can get hit by one Rinka or one onion ring. If he gets hit by 2 onion rings, he gets reset.
Honestly,
gives Saffy.
It would give him a chance to catch up, but I don't think it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, because Saffy's just now going to be.
Now, if Ace dies twice, now we're talking. Now we're cooking.
I don't expect Ace to. I think he'll handle this pretty well.
I agree, but we gotta bring the drama.
Oh,
reset. 4-tank Varia is very spooky Simo. So this gives Sapphron a chance, but I really think Ace has to die one more time for the tide to turn.
And if it's another quick one, Ace is still even with reset.
Still could be okay.
Yeah, because Sappy has all the Metroid rooms to go and the baby still. But this is why you should practice just not collecting trash tanks, so you're not scared at this fight like this.
I wonder, Hockey, if he will ammo Zebs, but if you take the right damage from the Zebetite, see, I wouldn't take Rinka damage. Zebetite damage is no damage, so I want to get hit by a Zeb. At least I think it works that way, even without gravity. But nice dodge right there.
Made it through much better time.
Yeah, much cleaner, and a lot more to spare. But still, this is still a low energy fight. Not that much more health than you have in an any percent as far as tanks are concerned.
Yeah, but Ace has got a few hits to spare now, so he should be fine. Getting catch-up mode really quick. Just as long as he isn't surprised by the catch-up.
Boy, that was a nice dodge. Good morph right there. And Ace is he's okay. That's a really good fight. I actually I have spent a lot of time playing low ice recently, so Mother Brain, you know, can be really kind of crazy if you're not used to a low ammo, low health situation. It can be kind of hard to know exactly how to dodge all that. Sapphron getting a really good baby skip there, and like Weish mentions, you can use bombs to take out Mother Brain's meatballs, which can slow down the fight a little bit, but it can save lives. What a close race. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, especially in low percent.
Yeah.
Low percent teaches you how to actually do mothering.
Oh, yeah. I actually, some of the advice I had gotten for my Mother Brain fight is learn how to do it without bombing the bombs, because that can just slow everything down and add just an extra degree of sketch, especially with catch-up coming, like Simo mentioned. You have screw attack on Sapphron. Trying to do the jump back. There he goes. Yeah. Oof, taking all kinds of damage. And jumping in there, we do have, like, I think we have one reserve tank. I don't know that was wise. I don't know. I hope Sapphron does not take it.
I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have jumped in. Because you are going to take damage from Mother Brain 1 once the glass fully breaks anyways, even if you do that perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's just about GG for AceZer0. We don't have to worry about any kind of soft locking, no stand-up glitch. Very well played, and it just turns out that excursion into Reverse Cat Alley is what cost Sapphron the race, because had that not happened, time-wise, with the death that AceZer0 take, Sapphron would have won. But very well done Mother Brain fights from both of our runners. The second Mother Brain fight for AceZer0 and a very good Mother Brain 2 first try for Sapphron. What a spectacular race, MST. Thank you so much for coming out and doing comms with me. It's really nice to meet you, and this has been, just absolute fun. So I hope everybody's enjoyed themselves today.
Got a few rooms left, and Ace will be moving on to 5-1, which will at the very least guarantee him a spot in the play-in, and he'll have a chance to next week skip the play-in and just get straight to the playoffs, top 16.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, and this tournament has had its share of upsets, but almost every runner in this tournament, super amazing Super Metroid players. It's been just a joy to watch from start to finish, and there are a lot of people not making playoffs that are good enough and really deserve to be in playoffs. So with 84 participants starting and only top 16 making it, it's a really tight field. So it's guaranteed that great runners like Sapphron, could potentially be left out. But I believe Sapphron has another try. Has to win his next match.
Yeah, he has to win the next one. That's a GG for AceZer0.
Yep, official race time GG time of whatever his race time GG time is. I don't
101.40.
There you go. I don't have the race room open right now, but a 101.40. Absolutely well done. GG Ace.
Yeah, very, very nicely done there. And we are joined by Ace. Hello.
Wow, Ace. GG and well played, and that heads up save won you the race.
Yeah, thank you. GG's to Sapphron. I am kind of surprised. I'm like shocked that I won this one in particular with that Turian. But yeah, I mean I was thinking like the whole way out of Dragon, basically from like the Dragon fight on. It was just like, what do I do? Do I check anything for like a last second E tank because this is not comfy? Like, do I pop over to left supers or like check the right supers for gravity suit? Like, what do I do? Do I save going into Turian? Do I save at the ship? Do I save for Zebs? Like,
you both did the exact same checks for a long time, but in a different order. And Sapphron brought the race really close together by skipping the GT altogether. But what really hammered in your win was Sapphron tried to do suitless reverse cack alley, and lost probably as much time as you won by doing that play. Had Sapphron just gone straight into East Meridia, I think Sapphron, with your death, would have had the race. So that was the most pivotal moment of the entire race. It was very late in the race too. So this was absolutely exciting. This was an incredible race to watch.
Wow, did he get through it, or did it?
No,
did he have to bail?
Not reverse cack, but he did get through the other direction.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. I know people have. I know there are a couple ways I think to do it, depending on if you have like spring ball or just some
gave
weird
it one
damage
attempt
boost
and
thing.
The pumpkin wasn't cooperating, so I'm glad he left it at the one attempt.
It was a pretty good attempt, actually. Yeah. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that grapple was huge. Like I mean, obviously Sapphron is just better player than me overall, has more experience with like rando, I would assume, and also like all kinds of different like hacks, SM hacks. That gives him just a really wide base of knowledge and skill. So like I wasn't gonna win by just playing better. So I figured like something big that would really help me is if like say Dragon is at the Ridley boss and I get gravity or like grapple to get out at GT. Like GT is a really easy one to skip because it's like, especially in light area, like you want to go in through the back of LN, and then that puts that so far out of your way because also slower to leave through the front of Lower Norfair, so it's like you might not check this if it's big. That's great for me competitively, and of course it was.
Well, now when you found backdoor of Lower Norfair, we were speculating that you didn't go there in case the boss was Dragon. We were wondering if you know how to double spring ball jump.
I don't know how to do that. My spring ball jumps are they're not inconsistent, but like some of the harder ones I really struggle with. Like I do it really loosely, and like the spring ball jump to like X-ray, for example, I think is harder than the D-boost, and I failed that as well. So that shows my consistency on those. Like the easy ones, like if you have high jump and you're just trying to get out of like precious room, like I can do that one obviously consistently, but yeah, I haven't learned the double spring ball jump yet.
The only time I did a double spring ball jump was to get gravity suit in Vitality. Other than that, never done it. I know, silly reference. Carry on.
I'm trying to remember where that is because I've actually, that's one of the few hacks I've played, but I forget a lot about it.
I believe it's a required double spring ball jump to get gravity suit, but I haven't played it in over a year. Good hack, pick it up.
You're going to be moving on to you're now 5-1, so you're at the very least guaranteed to be in the play-in for the playoff. So
yeah,
you're going to have a chance to just play to get right in next week.
I'm kind of shocked. I keep getting players that are better than me, and like getting the not that I am lost from the gate or anything, but like players that are better enough that I need something to break my way and I need to play really well. And that's just, I've been really lucky, and I've been playing well. Obviously, like other than the Turian mistake, the issue with that Zeb skip, and then not having any health to take any hits on Mother Brain. Apart from that, I think I played well in this one for what I'm used to. Yeah. So,
and it turned out that this was one of the very few Chozo seeds where doing suitless Meridia is actually the correct choice to make.
Yeah, like
in Chozo, you get punished for that.
Yeah, it almost never works out. I mean, there's so many fewer things to to check. So each check individually is worth a lot more.
Yeah.
But like just with the map layout, like Wreck Ship's so far away, and like it had to be in Wreck Ship.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that was all that was left for me was Wreck Ship for it. And I was like, well, if it's the like right supers, it's maybe worth going there to get and coming back. But if it's the E-Tank or if it's like the gravity missile, like that's so far away.
Yeah, if
There's
it
no way that
was-
saves me time.
Yeah, either right side super or at the E-Tank, it would have been preferable for you to get gravity. But it was at the gravity missile, so that was the one spot it needed to be for Suitless to be worth it, and that's where it was.
Yeah. Well, yeah, GG's to Sapphron. I'm sure he'll have a good race next week, and is somebody else that I expected to be at least in the playoff race, and I think could easily win next week, depending on his opponent. There's obviously a lot of players in that 4-2 group that are really good too.
Yeah,
It's a lot of players in every group that's been really good. I think top-notch play throughout the entire tournament. So I definitely wish you the very best of luck as you go on further. Same thing with Sapphron. It does not look like we're going to get Sapphron in here for an interview.
Thank you. Same to you guys. I know you both have races this weekend too, I believe. Should be good ones.
I wanna say no thanks, Ace, because I've been following Safi's exact win-loss pattern, so thanks for cursing me for my race tonight.
You'll be okay. I for one, I'm terrified of my opponent, so I may even try to get a little bit more practice in tonight. We'll see. But we do have a lot more races coming up later tonight and tomorrow, finishing out this week's Logic, and then we go into our 7th week of Swiss, the last week of Swiss, to decide the final playoff bracket. And I don't know the Logic off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's everything and the kitchen sink. So that'll be exciting.
Yep.
Do you have anything else left to say, AceZer0, before we close the show?
Just thanks for comms. I'm definitely going to watch this back and see how exactly things worked. And thanks for whoever was tracking as well. Was that Jestro?
Yep,
Yeah,
it was Jestro.
Nice. Well, appreciate it.
Right, and for those interested, we do have some remaining races today, starting around 6:10 p.m. with Beef Robber and Iron Rusty. That is the next race for tonight, and that will be on SG3. And there's a few tonight, including our first playoff decider between Derp and Evdy. That's a late night at 10:10 though.
Wow, Derp versus Nevdy is going to be one of the more exciting ones, especially because they're both undefeated right now, and one of them will lose. So that's going to be an incredible race. I hope I can stay up late enough tonight to see that. Well, sounds good. You have anything else left, MST, to say before we close?
Nope.
Well, sounds good. Well, it's been an honor here to do comms with you. It was nice meeting you. I had a lot of fun. And everybody in chat, thanks for being here and helping us out with the Logic chain and just basically cheering on the runners and supporting Super Metroid Randomizer tournament. That's really great. So from all of us here at SpeedGaming, thanks for coming, and we will see you next mission. Take care, everybody.